Good evening, brothers and sisters. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be here and to talk about what's happened to our brother. It's just a pleasure to speak out, to be standing up in this day and time, and to talk true knowledge. True knowledge. I want to forgive me for not having a shaved face today. It's been a busy day, and this is a 4-hour shadow. 4 hours, believe it or not. But I did shave twice, but I didn't get a chance to make the last shave. So I certainly have to shave 3 times. I want you to forgive me for that. Brothers and sisters, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here with you concerning the issues that we're facing, that we're going through it together. And I'm thankful to God that He has technology, has given us technology, so that we're able to do what we need to do, what is necessary for our brothers and sisters, to keep them encouraged, right? To let them know that we haven't dropped the ball. So we haven't dropped the ball. We haven't dropped it. We don't care if they mix with the technology or whatever they do. We don't care. But we won't drop the ball. We won't stop moving forward. We won't stop fighting for justice. There's nothing that the man can do. It's nothing that he should be able to do to stop you and I from fighting for justice. And so for that reason, I'm glad to be able to come before you in the power of the Almighty God that we have. Allah Himself. Allah God. You could say, that's the Arabic term. All it means is God in Arabic. That's all it means. You don't have to tense up. You can say Jesus, right? Who was a representation of God in flesh, which means Emmanuel. You can say, what are the other names, brothers and sisters? What are the other names? The other leaders that were made in the form and image of God, right? Some say Buddha. All these were black. And that's the key thing, that all of these leaders were black. That's the key thing. If nothing else is important, you should know that these leaders and the result of these leaders were black, and they came from black people. So even Jesus is black. He's not a Kenny G Jesus, not a buttermilk colored Jesus. He's a black man. The black man from Ethiopia. And the white man knows it. The white man knows it, but he'll never admit that. He'll never tell you. He'll never tell you. The same way he calls you black and a nigger, and you see him roasting in the sun, it's because he already know. He know who God is. He know what color God is. He know what color the universe is. He already knows. He already knows. So that's why, I'm happy and just elated anytime that I speak concerning this devil. Brothers and sisters, I do want you to do something today. I haven't asked in a while, but I want you. I want anyone out there that can hear my voice, is under the sound of my voice. I do want you to do something for me. I want you to donate. Each individual out there, please. This is necessary for us. I would like for you to donate at least $10 tonight. Just tonight. I haven't asked in a while because I've been thankful for what you've done. And I only ask when I need it. But we do need it tonight, and I ask you all to at least donate $10, please, to this cause. Please help us. We need your help. I need your help. And the things that we're fighting and have been standing out for the people has put us in a position. So I certainly need your help, and I'm asking you to donate at least $10. If you can do more than that, that's fine. If you can do more than that, I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it. But please, at least donate $10. And if we can get at least my desire and prayer to handle what I'm trying to handle, if we can get at least 20 people to send $10. That's all I need. That's all I need. At least 20 people to send $10. If you want to send more than that, then I'm thankful for it. As you know, we have books. You're welcome to a book. Just for donating this particular time tonight, you're welcome to a book. And so that means that when you send this, you let me know, please. You put your email, send it to mine, or put your email inside the comment section. You can put it inside the comment section. And I'll put my email in here, so you'll have it, brothers and sisters. So that whatever book you want, I'll be able to email it to you tonight. Whatever book you want. Just for you doing that for us tonight, because it's certainly needed. I can't tell you enough that it is needed. You know, Taraka Bay put my business all out. You know, because I won't sell out, right? Because I won't sell out, because I won't buy in, then my finances is just in a disarray. But I'm thankful to Allah God that He let Taraka Bay show you the situation I was in, right? Even though he was trying to be vicious, God gets the glory, brothers and sisters. All praise be to Allah. You're able to see and know that I'm telling you the truth. Lots of time people take advantage of people. I'm not out asking for millions of dollars. I wouldn't do that. I work and I sell pies. When the clinic is not doing good and I can't take patients, or the government is messing me up from taking patients, which that's what they're doing, creating all these de facto rules, right? Not giving me, haven't received the income tax in 15 to 17 years. So whatever can come to me to help me, they're not going to allow it. But that's okay, because when I do this word, when I teach this word, I'm teaching it because of my devotion to you, my devotion to black people. That's why I'm teaching it. So they'll never, thank you, brother. They'll never be able to, excuse me, brothers and sisters, they'll never be able to make me sell out. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe, brothers and sisters, please. We certainly can use that participation. But you won't get me to sell out. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to fire on your behind, and every time the white man turn around, he's going to see me there breathing down his neck. Me there breathing down his neck. That's right. And so this evening is very serious. I don't understand why our leaders, those that call themselves black nationalist leaders, are around here playing, and our people are getting killed. Now our brother Harith Agustus, our brother, was walking. He had his gun on his side. He had a permit. They didn't even ask him for it. I posted it on last night's show. This brother had a permit. They didn't ask him for it. Wouldn't even ask him for his permit. It is a black coon that stopped him. A black coon cop. Yeah, a black coon cop, a BCC, that stopped him and began to harass him. This young brother had his weapon, had his permit, was walking freely, wasn't bothering anybody. Had he been white, he would have never got stopped. See, we got to stop these coons in police uniform. We got to stop them from opening the doorway for these devils to do evil to our people. If you remember Emmett Till, who started it? If you look at the story, it was an old coon. An old coon started all of it. He opened the door for the white man to do what he did. He opened the door. You better leave that white woman alone. Man, her husband gonna kill you. He said it. So when he said it, the white man made good on a nigger's promise. Right? The white man made good on a nigger's promise. So when you look, with these coons are just as bad. They're demons that belong to the white man. These coons are just as bad doing the white man's will. They're going to do his will. And if you look at Emmett Till, his grandfather turned him over to the white man because he got to get out of this mindset of serving this white man. Had he never turned him over, Emmett Till would have never been dead. And this thing has followed us, and it continues to follow us. Peace and greetings be unto you, brother Dala Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Glad to have you here. And so we've got to get serious, and we've got to get involved. We got to get serious and get involved, brothers and sisters. We can't stand as cowards. We got to stand as men. We got to stand as women. We got to stand as a people who are ready to be liberated. And that means that we cannot let these devils and their demons walk around killing our people. They just killed a 8-year-old girl just some 7 months ago in Philadelphia. They killed her. And now the people are saying they did it to get back at the parents. We don't know what was going on. We don't know what's going on. That's why we tell you, don't play with these devils. Don't deal with them. You can help it, don't deal with them. And you can help it. Our brother What they did to him is inexcusable. Literally inexcusable. And I tell you how emotional people are. I got a call from Chicago when this happened. I got a call. I said, y'all organize and we'll be down. We'll have a summit. We don't need to march down the street showing the enemy all our hand. It's almost like playing spades and you showed your contender your hand. You don't have the surprise. If you show them your hand, the surprise is gone. Right? The element of surprise is gone. So we've got to be like that. Stop showing the enemy your hand. Stop showing them your hand. Stop marching down the street, showing them your forces and exposing your soldiers to these devils. The minute you expose your soldiers to these devils, you just open them up to be killed, and they're less effective in a grave. They're more effective on the ground. I'm sure you would agree. And so we've got to get wise, brothers and sisters. Stop doing this. We have to think of Harith Agustus. Don't just say his name. Get a gun. Don't just say his name. Get a gun. Join the African American Defense League. Join the league. We just had a brother, General Azriel Lebeau, that joined the league. He's a member of the league now. And his state, he has a glorious state. So that'll make 14 states now where we'll be active, because we're going to go and we're going to make sure that we activate that state and pull the membership, so that'll make 14 states with the league, with the African American Defense League. 14 states. And any one of you that are ready, that would like to join, like to lead. We want leaders. We want people that are not afraid to speak, so that they can stand up. So that's what we want. Yes, brother. Peace and greetings, General Azriel Lebeau. Peace and greetings to you, brother. Black Power, and welcome aboard, brother. And our brother Dalim Muhammad, brother. Yes, we need 20 people to donate $10. 20 people, and that's all we're looking for tonight. And something has come up, so it's very important. Something I have to handle. It's very, very, very important concerning my very own. So it's an emergency, so to speak. And brother, it's an honor and blessing to have you back on. I haven't seen you in a while, brother Muhammad. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm certainly thankful that you're on. Brother Azriel Lebeau, it's certainly an honor to have you here, brother. Certainly an honor to have you here. And you all know how we do it on here. We help one another, because I don't have all the answers. But together we can have the answers together. Together we can figure it out. Together we have strength. In unity there's strength. But divided we'll fall. We'll fall divided, but in unity there's strength. So we have to be in unity. So brothers and sisters, it's with a heavy heart that we talk about our brother. I mean, when you look at that tape where our brother was shot, if you look at that tape, and I'm going to put it up before the time is gone tonight. I'm going to definitely put it up. I put it up in yesterday's sequel. I put it up, or yesterday's, not sequel, excuse me, in yesterday's comment section of the show last night. I put it up. But you'll see the brother walking through, not bothering anybody. And a black coon, was the one that pointed him out and started harassing him. He asked him for the weapon, and the brother was going to give him the weapon. Then these white devils soon as the black guy started acting suspicious, the police, then the brother is trying to give him the weapon. He pushes him out in the street. And when he pushes him out in the street, another police car run up behind him. And it was just a recipe for disaster, but it was created. And you see the black guy go and take the gun after the brother's been shot to death by this white devil. Then the brother that started the whole thing go and take the gun off of him. Now, I'm saying this because I'm setting the foundation to tell you what we're going to have to do. See, we'll have to recognize you got some black police that, regardless of what, want to be accepted by that white man so bad that they will do his evil. They will do his evil. They will do his evil. So brothers and sisters, we got to be strong. We got to be wise, and we got to pay attention. Did not Jesus say, "Watch as well as pray"? He said that. He was under bondage. He was in oppression. Jesus was a slave to the Romans and the Greeks. They weren't free. The Bible is not some rose-colored story. It was hell. It was hell for Jesus. Standing up, and he came to his own people and they didn't receive him. How many people know about that? Jesus came to his own and they received him not. Came to his own and his own received him not. I want you to imagine that. Just imagine that. How often do we stand up for our own people and they look away from us? Act like they don't see it. Right? Won't participate. The white man steady killing them. And they're complaining, but they won't do anything to stop the white man from killing them. Is that right or wrong? So we've got to be steadfast and unmovable in our faith. And we got to stand up against these devils. They're killing kids. They're killing young men and women. They're killing old folks. We got to stand up against these devils. We have to sacrifice our life. I'm sacrificing my life tonight. Just saying this. Every night I come out, I'm sacrificing my life. Every night. I've done the march and I've been out there on the streets. I'll still go out when I'm reaching brothers and sisters, bringing them in. Bringing them into the ark of safety and organizing them as soldiers. I do it every day. Every day. It's no secret. I don't hide. My name is out there. I won't hide. I won't hide. My name is out there. Even as a clinician, my name is out there. I'm not hiding. But when I come on this show, I come on this show as a minister. I don't come on as a clinician. And so I talk to you as a minister. I talk to you as a brother. Talk to you as a black nationalist on this show. And we have to be ready. We have to be steadfast and unmovable, brothers and sisters. We got to be ready. These devils have stepped up the tempo in the killing of us. They've stepped up the tempo. They have literally stepped it up. And so it's a dangerous time. It's dangerous. It's dangerous for us to be out here and not accept the truth, not accept what's happening, to not accept what's going on. To not accept it is dangerous. We have to fight. You look at our brother. When that police pull up behind him after a foolish brother, misled brother, the brother that was running amok, that pushed him in the street, the white police pulled behind him, and before the brother could even, he's fighting at that point with the weapon, trying to get it to him fast. You can tell. They say he was trying to shoot us. He wasn't trying to shoot him. They created a false narrative right there, brothers and sisters. If they'll do it to him, what do you think they'll do to us? There was a black preacher in Atlanta. This preacher, brothers and sisters, was watering his neighbor's grass. But because he lived in a white neighborhood, watering another neighbor's grass, right? Watering another black neighbor's grass, they said, well, he don't belong here because the police couldn't afford to come in there. Majority of the residents were black, but they called it a white neighborhood because of the money. Because of the money. And so they arrested this minister for watering grass. This is how devilish these devils are. So he refused to give him any identity. And some devils and some black people came out, and some other devils, the original devil that made the call, came out and began to start verifying him. Said, no, I was wrong. He lived here. Don't you know who he was the entire time? But white people would do this in hopes that there could be a quick death. All of them are on the same page. Every last one of them. I don't care how nice your white friend is to you, brothers and sisters. They all on the same page. They're on the same page. Let me turn this mic down a little bit. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters. They're all on the same page. They are on the same page. So we got to step it up. Our brother, General Azrael LeBeau says, So we must step it up and take it to the level that they're not prepared. That's true. That's true. Because they're not ready for us. They don't really want it. Not like they think they want it. They don't want it. And it could spur up anywhere. Then, I mean, they never believe in that wildest dream. A state as wild as Texas, and how they're killing Negroes in Texas. Man, Mackay X rose up in Texas. Rose up in Texas and took and hit 15 of them from a secure spot. He was ready to die. He had already said it. He had already said it on the web. Already said it. But more than anything else, brothers and sisters, I want you to live. I want you to live. I want you to organize, but I want you to know that every day is precious. Right? You should know that every day is precious. You should know that. That every day is precious. At the same time, you should be ready to fight to live. You should be ready to fight to live with the knowledge that you could die. But hell, if you gotta go and them devils push you there, take one of them devils with you. Take 20 with you, 100. Kill them bastards. Take somebody with you. Take them with you. If you going and you going to witness to him that Jesus is black, right? Because when he see you, he's seeing Jesus. You gonna take him. You gonna take him. Since he wouldn't let you take him to heaven, you take him to hell. God knows we're in hell. We're in hell. This is hell. This is hell, brother. I'm not talking about no hell to come. I don't even know if I believe in that. I'm sure I don't. And I'm not trying to offend anybody out there, because I know you got some born-again Christian believers that believe that when you die, the white man that gave them this story, that when you die, you go straight to hell. When you die. Brothers and sisters, when you're dead, you're done. When you're dead, you're done. And wherever you go, the fact of the matter is that when you're dead, you're gone from here. And wherever else you go, you can't control it. But I believe that what belongs to God goes back to God. And there's no way that God is going to send us to hell twice. There's no way. There's no way. You have to understand, the white Adam, not a tomb, because you had a holy race, right, that was invaded in the garden, right? Not a tomb, but Adam, the first man, white man that came on the scene. It's only 7,000 years old, brothers and sisters. And they were crawling around on all fours about 65,000 years ago. And before that, they were crawling around even lower and eating each other about 300,000 BC. But as an upright ape, because that's what they are, as an upright ape, right? They've been walking bipedal for only 7,000 years. That's them, not us. Not us. We don't come from that. We don't come from that. We come from intelligence. We come from holiness. We come from intelligence and holiness. We come from the supreme knowledge. We are the first. We are God. We are the God people. We are the messianic people of God. And we are God and we belong to God. All of that. And together we are the Messiah. And the Messiah will come from us and will come through us. They can't kill the black Messiah. Don't you know that was the whole key? That's the whole key. God will work through any one of us. All of us have been raised to the level of holiness and sanctification. And what is that? That means to have a conscience to do right. The white man ain't got that conscience. He's not civilized. That's what you got to understand. And it's crazy for us, brothers and sisters, to pay homage to this devil. It's crazy for us to pay homage to this devil. It's crazy. We got out of slavery. It wasn't because the white man signed the emancipation. Hell, you overran the plantations. It's the same thing. You got to do it. We've been doing it. Some of us have been reborn to still fight this war. Yeah, we've been reincarnated to still fight this war over and over again. These spirits have been reused to be able to fight the carnage that we feel. These spirits have been reused. They've been recycled for us to still fight. For us to fight. You see? So brothers and sisters, he's calling us to do this. It's the will of God. Peace, Brother James. Peace and love. Glad to have you here, brother. Assalamu alaikum. It's the will of God that we stand up to deliver our people. That's the will of God. That's the will of God. That's the will of God. Our brother General Azrael says that our life shall be preserved. And that's right. We're fighting to reserve and preserve our lives. That's what we're doing. The white man is not going to stop killing you because you're a nice Christian. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe, brothers and sisters. We certainly could use the support, and we appreciate all comments. Please put the comments in the section, and let's teach this together. And even bad comments. And we got some enemies that come and put bad comments that don't want to help. Come on, that's welcome too. We want to keep it active. I won't move out any comments. I just don't believe in it. I won't do it. I won't do it. When we're speaking out, we have to understand everybody's not going to agree. Everybody's not going to want to stand out. Everybody's not going to want to fight. Yeah, they'll call you. They'll tell you what they'll call you. If you want to stand up and fight, they'll call you a rabble rouser, a provocateur. Now, and I want you to just look at that for a minute. Now, they'll call you a provocateur because you're standing up, trying to get people to stand up to fight. They'll call you a provocateur for trying to get people to stand up to fight. Right? That tells you that they're working for the white man. They don't even know it. When they go to teaching you all that Christian jive, yeah, they're telling you, turn the other cheek and all that. I don't know if Jesus said that. He couldn't have. This couldn't be the same Jesus. He beat the Jews, beat the Greeks, beat the Romans out of the temple because they were misusing the temple. He said, isn't it written that my Father's house should be a house of prayer? And you have turned it into a den of thieves. Jesus took a cord and started beating them out of there. A stick. Get out of here. Then I don't believe the same Jesus that said that will tell you to turn the other cheek. So you got to watch that devil. He's tricky. He's tricky. He's slippery. And here he is. He chop your hands off, chop your feet off for reading the Bible in Africa and America. In all the uttermost parts of the earth. And then he'll turn around and give you the Bible. You got to know that's not the same Bible that you had before he took it. You got to know that. But he want to keep you in the mindset of being docile. That's what he wants. That's the reason he doesn't want you with a gun. That's the reason he has black people make the first move. Because your guards are down. See, that's the white man's, that's his trick. That's his trick. When he gets you to do these things and your guards are down, right? He gets somebody that look like us. The slave holding company could not have been the great company that it was, because it was great. Yeah, that's what they call it. They said, make America great again. They talk about slavery. But what made it that way is us catching us. Right? Us catching us. And the minute that we had us catching us with every kind of lie and trick in the book, it emboldened. It increased the wealth of the white man, because the biggest stock in slavery is us. The biggest stock in the prison is who? Us. The biggest stock in the graveyard when the white man is killing us is who? Us. The man is making money all around. You have to know that. He kill you, the state got insurance on you, and they'll make money from you when the white man kills you. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. All around, the man is making money. When he killed you in slavery, when he threw you overboard over the ship after you had died from laying in your own dysentery, right? Your own potty, your own feces, then the man threw you overboard, guess what? He could claim it as an insurance loss. The same system. The man just tweaks it. Very same system. And I just want you to know it, brothers and sisters. I want you to know it. It's the very same system. And I send a word out to our sisters tonight. Stop playing wolf with our brothers. Stop disrespecting our brothers. Stop calling the police on our brothers unless you really, really need some help. I know you got some wild brothers out there that will hit you. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with any brother hitting a sister. I don't agree with a brother beating a sister. I don't agree with a brother beating kids. You can discipline a child. I'm not talking about not to discipline them, but I don't agree with you killing them and killing women, because that's what you're doing. When you're abusing them, you're beating them to death. You are beating them to death, and they're not getting any kind of corrective learning. So I don't agree with that. I think we should protect them. I think in us, they should find safety. We have too many children being raped by pedophilia. Too many children by us. Us. They talking about the Catholic Church, and now I'm talking about us. There are too many of our children being brought under this evil, being destroyed. Too many of our women being beaten and raped. Too many growing up in that. Too many of our women and men beating children to death. Too many of our women and men beating each other to death, shooting each other, and acting, all kinds of evil. This is not you. This is not how we are. This is not us. This is not what we do. It's not what we do. It's not who we are as a people. This you learn from the white man in bondage. And it's important for us to unlearn it and de-learn it so we'll be able to stand in our own righteousness, our own holiness, and that we will be fruitful and multiply so that we'll be able to increase the wealth, the intelligence, the teaching, and the wisdom to live on this planet in peace. But we can't do it with the white man. We can't do it with the white man. Our brother, General LeBeau, says any religion that teaches our people that we get our heaven only after death, while he has his heaven here. The Asian has his heaven here. The Arab has his heaven here, while the so-called Jew has his heaven here, so on and so forth. Heaven here is no religion for the black man or woman. Brother, you know you're right. You know you're right. I don't want my heaven after I die. Give me mine now. And I already know who the devil is, and I already know how to get to heaven. I already know who the devil is. You know who he is too. You know who the devil is. Calling you hell every day of your life. This white man, the American white man, the European white man, calling you hell, calling your brothers in England hell, calling your brothers in Asia hell, your brothers all over Europe, right? All in the diaspora. The white man, the same enemy, is causing you and I hell every day. And he'll keep us divided. He'll say, it's good that you're a Christian because I don't know what the Muslims talking about. And then he'll go to the Muslim and say, I really respect Islam because in Christianity, a lot of blacks are not living it. And he'll go to the Baha'i faith and go to the Indian and all the rest of them saying the very same thing. And he'll have us looking at each other when we all should be looking at him because he's the devil that's running around starting and causing all this trouble, brothers and sisters. We got to be wise. We got to be wise. We got to get wise. And we've got to be on God's side. God is on our side, but it's time for us to get on God's side. And we got to do what God has called us to do. That's what you and I have to do. We have to do what God has called us to do. God is calling you and I, brothers and sisters. He's calling us to stand. He is calling us to stand. God is calling us to stand up in power, in his righteousness, right, and his indignation to get in the face of these white folks and give them the lesson that they've been begging for their whole life. They don't know it, but they've been begging for it. And they already know that the time is coming where you and I are going to have to fight in that race war. He knows that time is coming and he knows he's going to lose. Yeah, he knows he's going to lose. What does Isaiah the 14:14 say? All you got to do is go and read it. The white man cannot win. He can't win this. He was doomed from the beginning when he tried to put his kingdom above God's kingdom. What kingdom? His evil kingdom. Who is God? The black man and woman of this planet. The black man and woman of this planet belongs to God and we are God. You just don't know it yet. You're already plugged in to the atmosphere. You're already plugged into the cosmology. You're already plugged into astrology. You're already plugged in. The minute you stand on the earth barefooted, then that energy can come through you. You can control the weather. You can control the storms. You can control the emission on many levels of the sun ray. And you are replenished and are a conductor of the sun. Who else can do that other than a holy man, a holy woman, a holy people, a holy children? We belong to God. We have the color of God. You see the white man laying out, tanning up, right? When man tan, putting on baby oil, cooking himself in human microwaves, cooking himself in the sun, trying to look like you. There's a reason for that. One time they were talking about how big the black woman's butt was. Made her shame that she had such a big butt. Made her shame that she was full-figured. And you look at the white women now, they're looking to get full-figured. They're looking to get full-figured. They've been envied the entire time. When you see the term tall, dark, and handsome, they talking about you. They're talking about us. They talk about the term short, dark, and handsome, bow-legged. They're talking about us. The white man is trying to look like you, brothers and sisters. He wants to look just like you. He wants to be what you are, and because he has the envy, he has the envy. He even has penis envy. Yeah, he does. He even has that envy because he knows that creation comes from you. You're able to produce. The white man is not able to produce. His woman's birth rate is down 0.01. So she's at a negative level to have children. She can't even have children. That means that she will lose 2 children to every 3 births. The 3rd birth, she will carry it. That's what that means. That's what that means. Right? So when the word said out of the mouth of, where there are 2 or 3 gathered in my name, there I am in the midst, right? You get for 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 equals 3. In physics, 1 plus 1 equals 3. And so the white man can't produce because they can't come together to produce. The ideology won't allow them to come together. Their religion won't allow them to come together. The LGBTQ won't allow them to come together. They are divided. And a house divided against itself can't stand genetically, spiritually, and otherwise. But when you look at you and I, brothers and sisters, we're able to make, we're able to create, we're able to produce and procreate. We're able to demand, and we're able to call into an existence that the white man can't call into an existence. We are able to control and will life. We're able to do it. Greetings, Brother James. Clear James. Greetings. When we talk about 1 plus 1 equals 3, we're talking about physics. You get a man and a woman together, they're able to produce a child. So 1 plus 1 equals 3. And in physics, and in the teachings of Ma'at, and the teachings of the Holy Trinity, you have to have a woman and a man in order to produce a child. And this is the natural sanctification of the black man and black woman who's able to do what others are not able to do. The black man and black woman. Now, when they say that you have yellow, they say you have red, they say you have brown. I want you to understand this. There's a black in Asia that's so black that it has a yellow tinge. I want you to understand that because the real Asian is black. But there's some people so black that they have a yellow tinge. Even their eyes have a yellow tinge, right? And it is not jaundice all the time, right? This is his origin. This is where he come from. When you look at the brown man, there are men so black that they have a brown tinge. See? So each of these areas that Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was talking about, he wasn't talking about the Native American that we see now. He wasn't talking about that. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was talking about the man that was so black that he was brown. The man that was so black that he was red. The man that was so black that he was yellowish. He had a yellow tinge to him. There are some brothers and sisters so black that they have a bluish tinge. You know what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And so that's what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was talking about. He was talking about that. He was talking about these things, right? He was talking about this kind of disposition, right, that we were made of. That's what he was talking about. So brothers and sisters, we have to understand, he wasn't talking about these whites that are calling themselves Mexicans or white Mexicans. He wasn't talking about these whites that are calling themselves red men or the white red man. He wasn't talking about these yellow people that are white, right, like the Caucasian. He's Caucasian. He's white and Asian. He wasn't talking about that. He's talking about black. The message is to the black man. The message is to the black man. Not the white man. Not the brown man. Not the yellow man. Not those, but to the black man. We are black. And that's what Muhammad's message is to. The brown, the red, and the yellow man not catching hell like we catching it. You and I are catching hell, brothers and sisters. We are catching it in this government. You and I are catching it. And so Muhammad, in his teaching, is teaching us salvation. How do we get it? How do we get back to where we were? How do we get there? Where did we come from? Who were we before we got here? Who were we before the man invaded us and began to mate with us through his system of war called integration and sexual integration and interracial sexualization? Who were we? Why did this man feel the need to become involved? Who were we when we were fighting in the Platonic War of 300,000 BC? Who were we as a people? What did we do? How did the man get the notion that he could come? All the prophets, all the holy men, all the magi's went to this man. They tried to civilize him. They couldn't do it. So what was his ulterior motive? We know what ours was to educate him, to sanctify him so he would be in righteousness. But what was his motive when he saw us? Because we came in the caves and he was eating his own brother, eating his own children. That's right, brothers and sisters. Eating them raw, eating the animals raw, laying with the dog, conceiving, laying with the pig, conceiving, laying with the mule and the horse and the other animals and conceiving with these animals, laying with monkeys, conceiving with them, right? Because they themselves were part monkey and part pig. Is that right? Part dog. That's right. And so we couldn't civilize them because the man didn't have the mind to be civilized. So they had to, in order to become more like us, they began to mimic us and began to mate with our women, mate with our men, right? The scripture said that the sons of God dated with the daughters of men. And what does that mean? Let's break that down. That white people were coming in to the black bed and producing these hybrids. Why do I say that, brothers and sisters? Because when the mindset, see, we can't push past genetics. See, our DNA is holy. It's melanin that marks our DNA. So much so that if you push it into anything, you'll see the evidence of our DNA that's in it. You'll see evidence of our DNA. Now, with that being said, how does this relate to our brother getting killed? Envy, brothers and sisters. First there's ego, then there's envy, and after envy there's strife. And after strife comes murder, and the hand and mark of Cain, which is a white man of the planet, and his ego, his envy, his strife, has committed murder and is committing murder around the world. Of God's people, God's promise. We saw during the time of Herod the same thing, and now we see it today. The same thing they did to Jesus, they're doing to us today. They're killing us by and large. And when will it end? When will it end? Brothers and sisters, the only way that it could end, is that we end it. We have to end it. We'll have to stop the white man from doing what he does in our community. We'll have to stop him from killing. We'll have to stop him from raping. We'll have to stop him from misusing and stealing and robbing. We'll have to stop him from doing these things. Can't nobody do it but us. We look like a fool begging the court system for justice. How many times have they killed us? They killed George Floyd in broad daylight, brothers and sisters. Broad daylight. Is that right or wrong? Killed him in broad daylight. And when they killed him, even after the court case, they began to kill others. They began to kill others. They killed him. They killed Breonna Taylor. They continued to kill. They killed Ahmaud Arbery, right? They killed Kajini Powell. Prior to that, they killed Mike Brown. They killed Trayvon Martin. Prior to that, they killed Emmett Till. Prior to that, they killed Mary Tillman in Atlanta in the hot summer, right? They were killing us on the plantations, killing us and bringing us on the boats, killing us prior to getting on the boat, those of us that wouldn't go. And we had black demons catching us for the white devil den. Where does it end, brothers and sisters? You think this white man is going to stop doing what he's doing? Why, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind, absolutely. If you think that the white man is going to stop doing what he's doing, you're out of your mind. We have the power to make him stop. And we outnumber him 10 to 1. On the planet already, in America, we outnumber him 7 to 1. If you were to spread out every black man in front of every white man, every 7 black men, you find 1 white man. And brothers and sisters, this is what's scaring him. According to the census, our population in 2050 will be 85 to 90% of the population. This devil is dying and dying fast, and he's trying to kill us, and he's going. And we need to help put him out of his misery. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Give him a gift. Give him the same gift that he's been giving you. The gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, he's going to come for you. I know. They tried to get me in Maryland. Tried to get me. But the brothers, me and the brothers, because I had something on me, I'm never going to leave. It's like American Express. Don't leave home without it. I'll never leave home without a little insurance. And you're a fool if you leave home without a little insurance. That's right, brothers and sisters. That's right. Carry with you assurance and carry with you insurance to make sure that you can get back. Wherever you go, you're always able to get back. You have to be wise. And I've heard brothers and sisters told me, they come on Facebook, they'll say, brother, you speak too openly now. What the hell do we have to lose? This white man had killed George Floyd in broad daylight. Broad daylight. Broad daylight. When is the time to say something? They got devils that came in Buffalo, New York with black people who might carry guns, following that old Christian jive, right? And not all of them, because there's some Christians that carry guns. There's some black Christian nationalists that have double the heart that I have, and they will use it. But you got the majority of them that go talking all that nonsense. They'll go talking that nonsense. I was talking to a sister today. Said, sister, she's a good evangelist, good powerful sister, good artist, good singer. I said, sister, what bothered you about the speech? She said, it's just that you were talking about guns and that we should deal with the white man, that we should be ready to die. I said, well, we dying already, sister. We're already dying. You tell me that I'm being aggressive and the only thing I'm doing is responding to what the white man has done to us. That's all. I'm just responding to what he's done. What he's already doing. He's killing us. It would be a shame before God, brothers and sisters, for any of us that have the gift not to use it to let the white man know that you're barking up the wrong tree. You made a mistake and the day is coming, because believe you me, it's coming, that we organize it and we all get on. I'm telling you, you don't want to have to worry about it. All you do is get on the bandwagon. All you got to do is get on the train. Right? The song said, people get ready. There's a train coming. Don't need no ticket. Just get on board. All you got to do is get on the train. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to do nothing else. I won't have to talk to you and you won't have to talk to me because we already know what we got to do. We already know it. We already know what we got to do. We know what we got to do. We already know it. And so when that day comes, and you'll see it, and we're going to be alive. Here it is. We're not even going to die. We won't even die. We'll fight this war, and we will win. We will win. And I'm going to tell you, when it comes, you won't have to fight as hard as you think you're going to fight, because that devil's going to take off running. And no matter where he runs, he's not going to escape this fire that we're going to put on his behind. And God has empowered us to be able to do it. God will be in control. It's God who's using the weather today to put it on the white man that's killing him in the waters, that's killing him with the sun's heat. All you got to do is pay attention. That's burning down the forest and all that. They don't know where these fires are coming from. See? They can't control it. These hurricanes. White man can't control it. And don't you know we belong to God too? If God controls the weather, he controls the earth. He controls what happens in space. He controls what happens within and without of time. Don't you know he controls us too? He made us. He made us. And don't you know that we will also have to show God's indignation for what this white man is doing to us? Brothers and sisters, open your eyes. Open your eyes. That's why I be telling the Christian. That sister was Christian today. I told her, look, if your life is in danger, you're gonna thank God for me. You're gonna thank God for me. When that white man try to do it, he's trying to build up to it. But he can't ever get there because you got nationalists like me and you standing in front of him, standing in between him. And he don't know what to do about us. He said, oh man, those nationalists are crazy. We gotta watch them. Because I tell you, when that guerrilla warfare comes, when the time for guerrilla warfare comes, brothers and sisters, all you gotta do is hear me. When that day comes, all the rules are out the door. We don't care anything about rules. We don't care anything about the odds. We won't be listening to the handkerchief heads tell us about odds. What do we care about the odds? We don't care anything about the odds. You'll find when that day comes, you'll find that you and I will be around to see it. Even the Christian sister said that she had a vision that we were going into the race war. And she's a known, proven evangelist. Because black people, we use the real power of God. God will show us things. He will show us things. He's out of the mouth of 2 or 3 is the truth, right? Where there are 2 or 3 gathered, there I am in the midst. How many people you know today is talking about the race war? Brothers and sisters, the time for black people to start acting is now. Our time is now. And I'm telling you, when it happens, I'm already telling you, you ain't going to have to worry like you think you're going to have to worry. You ain't going to have to worry that man going to take off running. Because he can't win a guerrilla warfare. He can drop megaton bombs down. He'll kill them as well as us. He'll do it. But he can't win. Can't win a guerrilla warfare. He dropped that nuclear bomb and destroy himself and us too. The man is afraid of dying. All you got to see is when he gets in trouble. When that man gets in trouble, he goes shaking. When he knows he's in trouble, he goes to shaking. But that guerrilla warfare, you'll see brothers and sisters running inside of the white man's home, killing them in the homes like they did on the plantations. You're going to see it when that day comes. And the day is not long. The day is not long. That day is not long. And you're going to see, brothers and sisters, they're not going to be concerned about that white man's rules. What the hell do we care about rules when you're killing us? And we know that it's our time. You'll see it. Just like in Isaiah says in Isaiah 14 and 23 in the Old Testament with the King James. You'll see that it said kill the sons and the daughters too before they grow up and do the same thing that the fathers did by putting you in bondage. And that's in the Old Testament. What did Nat Turner say? What did Nat Turner say? It's not just a storybook. This is real life. Nat Turner said, when they call him my only desire, he said, my only regret is that I could not have killed more. Nat Turner, right? This was a house slave. Nat was a house slave. He knew how to read and write. He was more intelligent than his own masters. He said that God appeared to him in the form of Gabriel and told him that he had to kill his masters if he couldn't convert them. Brothers and sisters, don't you know that this is nothing new? It's not the devil. You think the devil would tell us to defend ourselves? The devil wouldn't do that. God is telling us to defend ourselves. It's human nature. It's our nature, our right as men and women and children, black children, to stand as men, to fight like men, and to defend ourselves as men. When I say that, I mean as a black race, as a black genus, our job is to defend our keep. And we're going to have to do that. There are phases to this. I'm telling you what's going on, what God is leading us toward, how he's revealing this thing to us. Well, the armies are growing. People are just looking where to go. And that's why we have to have these summits. We have to have these summits to build up the final forces that we're going to need in order to take over. We're going to have to. Everything is already being put in our hands, but we can't sit there with our arms folded, waiting for these people to lay it down. They're not going to lay it down. They're going to kill you to every last woman, man, boy, and girl if you let them. But there's the other alternative, is that we start returning the favor. We start returning the courtesy that the white man has given us throughout the years. And if we return this courtesy, you'll see that the quicker that we return this courtesy, that the man will lose his grip on the power. Right? The only reason he hasn't loosened his grip is that he's still alive. I said the only reason he hasn't loosened his grip is that he's still alive. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. He comes to your community. You don't have any fear. That's our fault. That he feels that he can come in our community and not have to fear. That's our fault. That's our fault. There's some communities that he can't even go to because he already know that when he get there, it's going to get hot and heavy. Anybody ever been to Little Rock? Little Rock, Arkansas was labeled as one of the most dangerous places in the world. And I've seen some real gangsters there. I'm talking about some brothers that are real and ready. I'm not talking about brothers that are turning against brothers. I'm talking about the ones that will get in the face of these white people and will handle them. So much so that anytime somebody racist does something, like Carla Lassiter, who made this little black boy put his hand down in the toilet, these black brothers and sisters came looking for her, and the first thing you see, the FBI told her on national news to get out of there. They told us to go anywhere but get out of here. Get out of here. In other words, we can't control them. We can't control them. That's not the only place. You go to Missouri, it's a war. It's a war zone. Black folks will fight. They will fight. Black people are picking it up. Not just in New York, not just in D.C., not just in Atlanta, right? But there are black people, not just in Detroit. Black people are rising up. They're rising up from Florida. They're rising up in states that you wouldn't imagine. In Mississippi, they're rising up. In Jackson, of all places, Mississippi are rising up. They're rising up. Coahoma County, Clarksdale, they're rising up. Black folks are rising up. They're joining hands with the revolutionaries in Memphis. The revolutionaries in Memphis are joining hands with the revolutionaries in Arkansas. And Arkansas is grabbing hands with the revolutionaries in Texas and in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Missouri. They're grabbing hands with the revolutionaries that are in Chicago. They're grabbing hands. And they stand up to do it themselves. They come together now to do what must be done. Right? They're not buying in, they're not selling out. Right? But they're standing up to do what needs to be done. This is a revolution. You won't stop it. The white man can't stop it. Black people can't pray it. I tell you, the worst thing that I see is Christian ministers praying for peace, and the white man is killing us. Why would you pray for us to be peaceful? It's the only problem I have with Al Sharpton and now with Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's the only problem I have. Don't be the aggressor. When has the black man been the aggressor? When? There's a big difference in aggression. It's a big difference in aggression and you defending yourself. And my fear, brothers and sisters, I say this in all love. The fear I have is that Muslims and Christians that are not prepared for this war will be killed by that white man, and that is worse to me than anything else. Now, if I'm wrong, then I pray to God for repentance. If I'm wrong with what I said about these men. But I don't believe that I'm wrong, because everywhere I look and turn, I see compromisation. Listen, and I just want you to see this. Father Flager is a white man. He was able to be around Minister Farrakhan. He's able to roam amongst the Muslims. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the white man is the devil. I believe that with all my heart. There will be a remnant of them that will be saved, but they won't last. They won't last because they will die out too. And Muhammad said that no white man can be saved. He says it. Why does he say it? Because it's the white man who's made the world the way that it is. It's the white man that has made this world this way. And so see, the white man is the devil. All you got to do is look and see all the trouble that he causes, and you'll find out that he's the devil. That's all you got to do is look and see. But see, there are people that don't want to look and see. I don't have any problems with anyone. And if there's a misunderstanding with what I'm saying, then just show me. Show me differently. But we can't have the white man in the camp. We can't have him in the camp. I love my brothers. I love Minister Farrakhan. For those that don't know, I love him. But I don't understand. There can be no exception of one white man because he's your friend. Proof of which, there are other Muslims that have made this mistake. Look, Joshua Farrakhan married a devil, married a she-devil. Because of the mistake that some white people are good. And Muslims can't start thinking that way. That's dangerous. It's dangerous for us. If the Muslims start thinking that way, it's dangerous for the nationalists. Dangerous for the Christians. It's dangerous. We can't think that there's an exception among white men and white women. There may be. But we can't think that way. Brothers and sisters, if you had 1 million bees, if you had 1 billion bees, and I had on a bee outfit, and I told you, I said, you running from the bees because you ain't got on a bee outfit. And I told you, said, look, brother, I know there's 1 billion bees coming after you, but in that billion there's 1 million, and those 1 million bees don't have stingers. 2 things. For one thing, I don't know that they don't have stingers. Secondly, which is more important than the first, I'd be crazy to stand there waiting through 1 billion bees to get to 1 million that may not have stingers. And that's how you got to think about the white man. That's how you got to think about him. He's a bee. He's a snake, right? And we can't wait and wonder what snake is not venomous. We got to treat them all like rattlesnakes. We got to treat them all like mamba. We got to treat them all like cobras, right? We got to treat them all like they're dangerous. Isn't that right? We got to teach them all like they're dangerous. What I'm saying, brother, is that we have to teach that every white man is dangerous and that he's evil. Because he is. You look at the white man, and you look at him in history, and you look at him in religion, you look at him in spirituality, all you've ever seen is him killing, is him creating false narratives, and him putting people in oppression and bondage. That's all we've seen. It would be dangerous for us to judge a white man any other way. It would be dangerous. No one else does that. Here we are. The white man has put us in bondage. He's put us in bondage. We're in slavery still. It's just a different day, but it's the same old game. Huh? The plantation hasn't changed. It's the same plantation that it was when we first got here. It's the same plantation, same ground, same old business. The only thing he's done is tighten it up. Right? The only thing he's done, he cleaned it up a little bit. Made it stronger. But it's the same plantation. Same plantation. He changed the fences. Right? He took the chains off. Right? Same plantation though. Same plantation. He's made it a little different. It's like the parable of the spider and the spider web that Dr. Khaled talked about in No More Negro Stuff. Right? And I explained this because you should know it. He said, for those of you that says it's the system, it's not the white man, it's the system. He said, you sound like a fool. He said, you sound like a fool to say that it's the system, it's not the white man, it's the system. Right? He said, it's like saying it's the spider web. It's not the spider. Isn't that right? Isn't that what Dr. Collins said? He said, it's like saying it's the spider web. It's not the spider. But if you destroy that spider web, just like if you destroy the system, He said the spider and the white man will make a better web and make a better system. Isn't that right? And it'll be stronger, right? It'll be harder, right? It'll be more durable than the last one was. Isn't that right? We got to deal with the spider. We got to deal with the white man. It's the only way that we'll be able to destroy the system. It's the only way that we'll be able to destroy the spider web. We got to deal with the one that's created the system. We got to deal with the one that created the white man. We got to deal with the one that created the spider. And that means destroying the system. We got to destroy the builder and the architect of the system of oppression. This web of oppression, we've got to deal with it. And we can't deal with him in fear. We can't have fear and deal with him. We've got to stand in one mind and understand that God has not given us the spirit of fear, brothers and sisters, but of love for ourselves, of power from on high, and of a sound mind amongst our brothers and sisters. Right? And a sound-minded person will defend themselves. Only a fool would allow somebody to kill him and not fight. And I know you know that I'm right, brothers and sisters. I know that you know it. You already know the very thing that we're talking about. You know it. You already know it. And so we've got to study. We've got to study to show ourselves approved unto God. We've got to meditate, brothers and sisters, within ourselves and constantly meditating, constantly praying. Jesus said it. He said, watch as well as pray. Isn't that what he said? Isn't that what Jesus said? He said, watch as well as pray. We got to watch what's going on. We have to study our surroundings. We got to know this plantation in and out because it's the battlefield that we'll be able to use when we go into guerrilla warfare. Because a white man can win a guerrilla warfare. I just want to talk to you about guerrilla warfare a little bit, brothers and sisters. Then we're gonna close it down. I pray that you'll be able to help me tonight because I certainly need that. Certainly need that to be able to take care of the things that I need. Basic things, brothers and sisters. But my desire, my prayer is that we would understand. What is the spirit, right? The spirit of God, because this is black liberation theology, right? Black means us, liberation, our goal, theology. This is black liberation theology. And I want you to understand, brothers and sisters, that we are fighting today. We are fighting. We're fighting against black people that have been bought out, literally bought out, that are distorting the truth. We are fighting against that. Black people who have been bought out, distorting the truth. And I want to say this. And when you look, there's a brother, and I tell people, I post up if you go on my page, I post all of his shows on my page, Tahaka Bay. I post all of his shows on my page if you go on there. And I want to say this. I'm not going to stay on it long, but I want to use it as a teaching mechanism. I want to use it. I want you to understand that the devil knows he's losing this war so bad that they went and got Yeshatelli. They went and got Yeshatelli. They went and got him. Got his people. Went to Missouri and got Yeshatelli. He know that he's losing this war. He know that he's losing. They went and got Yeshatelli. Arrested the brother. Arrested him on what charges? What charges did they arrest him on? They arrested his brother for no reason at all. To take over the movement that he has. To take over the African People's Movement, they went and arrested him. Now, this guy Tahaka Bay was hired, brothers and sisters. Tahaka Bay, that's right, Brother James. Something about Russia. Well, what they were saying was, that he was helping the Russians because they've got a movement attached over there that's fighting for black Russians, right? So, to my knowledge, Vladimir Putin was sympathetic, excuse me, brothers and sisters, to what was going on in America and what's happening to black people. He's making all these trips to Africa. Now, no devil is sympathetic, but it's chess. This is not checkers, it's chess. It's a game of chess. And so he's going to appeal to black people, right? Vladimir is, because this is part of the war strategy. He don't care nothing about us, but he would rather imbue us with what we need in order to make America look bad and to make America fall faster. I'm just telling you, all of it is a game. All of it is a game. So America moves in on Yesatelli, right? They arrested him, picked him up, destroyed his place, ripped it up without a warrant, right? Because they know that the system is falling. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And you still got people like Harith Bey making lies about people. The white man put him out. Look, he's a known pedophile, registered pedophile on the record. And I put that information out. Literally on record, a registered lifetime pedophile. I told him I can't do no more shows with you, brother. When I said that, he turned against me. I said, I can't do any shows with you. I don't agree with what you do. He's a lifetime registered sex offender. He's had children. They gave him money. He's a lifetime felon, which they desponded all the time. They took away all the time. Armed robberies have over 20 armed robberies in the black community. He sold drugs from 18 all the way to 48, I believe it is. I'm trying to let you know. This brother, with all that he's done, should be away, right? Just like James Best, who shot Khalid Muhammad. He should be gone, but he was out. Didn't serve a day in jail. Same man implicated in the death of Minister Malcolm. Same man killed his own brother for paying homage to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm just telling you how dirty this country is. Harith Bey have done all of this evil. All of this evil. They're giving him a radio show. They're giving him a rap album. Telling you what I know. He has land of his own. He has properties. He has wealth. And they even given him a Mauricelm temple that they're rebuilding. Search and check for yourself, brothers and sisters. I always respect the brothers and sisters that do their own research. You'll see that this is true. You'll see that it's true. But beyond all of the cool that the white man is using, we've got to stand firm. We've got to stand up for what we know is right and defend black people. Because only a fool would attack his own people when he's going to need them to fight. It would be foolish for me to ridicule and rip down my people when all of us are needed to fight. And any coon that think the white man is going to spare them as he killed us has got another thing coming. You don't trust them. These men, the three men they used to murder Brother Malcolm, to assassinate him. Did you know they didn't have real bullets? They only had blanks. When they got up on the body to examine the body of Minister Malcolm, the true shots came from the ceiling down into Minister Malcolm's body. So the white man don't even trust the black men and people that he's using. He already knows. Because he knows at some point, you're going to turn around and you're going to do to him what he's been doing to you. He already knows it. You don't know it yet. You don't know yourself. So brothers and sisters, we got to be ready. We got to be ready to fight. And we don't have to fight some of those that look like us. When that day comes, you'll see them shooting at us for the white man. And I want you to know that there will be some casualties of war on the other side that look like us. They will look like us. Peace, brother. I'll be happy. Whatever you buy, I'm thankful for it. Certainly thankful for it, brother, because I certainly need it. Brothers and sisters, don't forget, as we come to the end of the show, that if I'm trying to get at least 20 people to send $10, and this will take care of basic things for me and mine, I just want to make sure that the children are well nourished. Brothers and sisters that hear me, I'm just transparent. I'm very transparent. I thank you very much for your participation. I thank you very much for your participation in all that you do. May God watch over all of us, and may Allah keep all of us. And I say peace unto us all. And assalamu alaikum.